奇跡のような出会いが僕らを導いたから、それぞれの定めを背にいざ行こう明日へ。偽りだらけの世界、君と僕巡り会えたのは真実。一つずつ知るたびに芽生え出す確かな想い、気づいたから覚悟決めていたはずだったのにね。貫き通す叶わぬ恋でも僕らは戦い続けてゆく。最後の最後まで固く強くつないだ手が離れないように、世界の行方より唯一無二の恋心譲れないよ。それこそが乙女の生きる道。
Hello, and welcome back to Maiden's World, and let's get started with today's read-through.
よーし、今日はここまで。
お疲れ様でしたー。
With Ren Senpai's signal, today's practical training was successfully completed. Well, even though it's training, today we're just going back to the basics and building stamina by running our hearts out. Menu, get in.
もうダメ。ボタンキュー。
Yaika stumbled out of the field and collapsed onto the ground as if she'd given up all her strength.
片桐学生、八重香さん、倒れる前に十分なクールダウンを行うように。体への負担が軽減されます。八重香ちゃん、大丈夫？
And surprisingly, Akari, who was still doing pretty well, was reaching out a hand to Yaika, who had collapsed.
甘やかさなくていいよ。八重香、自分で立てるでしょ。もう、これだからお姉ちゃんは。もっと可愛い妹に優しくしろ。先に可愛くなってから言ってね。毒姉だよ。くれるよ、妹が。よいしょ。ぐい。
Grumbling, she managed to stand up. Yaika's not good at long distance running, so it seems today was pretty rough on her.
もうちょっとだけ頑張ろうね。っていうか、あかりちゃん、まだ全然元気そう。姫の学生は持久走に関しては好成績ですから。
実際運動神経はともかく案外根性はあるからな。片桐妹と違って。
一言余計っす。
Well, she was able to build her stamina.
どうも。
Akari fidgeted a little after being praised. Maybe she's not used to it.
今日の訓練が合ってたのもあると思うけど、そういうの抜きでも最近のあかりはすごく頑張ってるよね。そうかな。
Seeing Akari curled up like that makes you want to shower her with even more praise.
頑張りの結果も出てきてるし、立派だと思うよ。やめて。
Oh, I was wondering why the performance is slower. Give me a second. Okay, let's go.
やっぱりちゃんとした目標ができて気合が入ってるとか？目標？私の？うん。ほら、この前の。
I remember Akari saying she wanted to become independent soon. With a straight face, she spoke about becoming a full-fledged feminist, by defeating men and correcting her Okasan's mistakes. Beating a man. That part is honestly complicated for me, but wanting to become someone you admire is a good thing. Maybe it's weird to want to support her, but...
目標。確かにそうかも。
As if Akari was reaffirming her feelings, she nodded clearly and firmly.
というわけで、今日も茶道部にお邪魔してもいいでしょうか？
ん？
ああ、姫野も入部したんだしもちろん構わないが、最近毎日だな。座学の自習とかは大丈夫か？そっちも一応ちゃんとやってると思います。
And doing my part.
確かに目標って大切ですよね。私、漫画を読むって目標のためなら今までよりずっと頑張れる気がしますから。目標ってそっち？今日だって居残りの訓練になんてなったら読書の時間が減っちゃうって思って、それで頑張れたの。そうなんだ。では行きましょう。急いで着替えて漫画タイムです。
Manga time. Akari, declaring that and rushing us along. Well, she was sparkling. No more like that. No, more like dazzling.
すぐに入れるよう先に部室の鍵を開けておきます。ありがとうございます。今日は何を読もうかな。
It seemed Akari had become a total otaku. You're just a short time. It's already 9. I better sleep at 11 or 12 because I slept at 3 last night. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to be watching Midsummer, and it'll be nice. In the morning. Jesus, in the morning. It's a good thing it's not the 8 o'clock.
私の狙い通りですわ。
After changing clothes, it's time for club activities. On this day, surprisingly, Rurika-san also showed up at the tea ceremony club.
狙い通りって何の話です？
姫野あかりのことですわ。この子絶対に素質があると思っていましたのよ。素質って BL のですわ。予想していた通り、こういう純粋培養で抵抗力のないお子様こそ最も腐らせやすいのですわ。計画通り。私腐ってるんですか？
She's saying something she doesn't get, and Akari sniffing her own body odor with a slightly teary look.
あかりちゃん、比喩だから。
That's a metaphor.
というか、あかりは BL が一番気に入ったの？
はい。女性の権利侵害とかそういうのを気にせずに安心して読めますから。
そもそも女がめったに出てこないからな。
It's like it seems to be about feminism or something. No. What does feminism even say about men being attracted to each other?
それに男の子同士の絡みを見ているとなんだか胸がモニョモニョってしてくるんです。いろいろと妄想とかしちゃったりもして。
I don't know what to react, but well, okay.
妄想ってどんな？
遠慮なくお語りなさいな。性癖を暴露してこそ真の仲間というものですのよ。
Is that so?
イケメンさんの方になんだか感情移入しちゃうというか。
語っちゃうんだ。
かわいい男の子っていいですよね。支配欲をそそられるっていうか、いたずらしたくなるっていうか。
So, she's a pedophile? For a second I thought I heard a beautiful girl make a sound she shouldn't have made, but I will pretend I didn't hear it. Also, that was kind of scary.
そういう作品ですと、イケメンキャラは男性としての性質を強調されていそうですが、フェミニズム思想をお持ちでも感情移入できるものなのですか？
What do they think about femboys? Because handsome characters tend to emphasize their masculine traits, you know, muscles and that sort of thing. Let's see what the feminist views are.
はい。意外とあんまり嫌悪感とかはなかったです。私、男の人はすごく苦手だって思っていたはずなんですけど。
まあフィクションだから現実より美化はされているだろう。
それ以前に食わず嫌いしてたみたいなとこもあるんじゃない？
今の時代、いわゆる有害図書に一切触れていないなら、男性というものを知る機会はほぼありませんものね。
I thought their internet was unrestricted, or quote unquote unrestricted, or at least there wasn't segregation. I'm a little confused because in the previous episode they talked about how despite this there's that whole segregation thing in the internet, men still get to interact with women, at least in so-called cyberspace, and somehow that's how some of the women are getting their pocket money, you know, like in real life, but you know, but without minus the ever having to actually interact with an actual someone from the opposite sex, you know, just all through the screen until now when our guy is here. Anyway, damn it, I'm clicking the wrong thing right now.
知らずに嫌悪するのは正しいこととは思えません。
I love Miku senpai, man. Good. Everyone, say it louder.
そうですよね。はい。でも私も女の子しか好きになれないって思ってたんですけど。
What if the girl you always thought who was a girl was actually a man? Alright, here we go. For some reason, I'm being looked at with a regretful expression.
もしかして男に興味を持つなんて浮気とか考えてる？
Are you thinking you're cheating on me by being interested in guys?
でも違うの。これはあくまで二次元であって恋愛的な意味で好きなのはゆうちゃんだけだから。
そうありがとう。
What if this is the feminist ideal of a man? Whatever the fuck Yui is. Well, it's called survival. What is this? It's really hard to react. Personally, I'll be grateful if a guy showed interest in me. But no, wait. We're not even dating, so it's not like she's cheating on anyone. Oh, I think it meant to say, I'd be grateful if a girl showed interest in me. I'm like, huh? Whose POV is this?
まったく人前で唐突にイチャイチャし始めないでくださいますこと。
いや、イチャイチャなんて。冷静になることを推奨します。ライバルは二次元ですので、真剣に嫉妬するべき対象ではありません。
People say that shit, but in real life, I've seen it. They gave up all hope for the 3D, for the 2次元。
分かってますし、嫉妬なんてしてませんから。
For all kinds of genders, by the way. Anyway.
だが本来ならば我々ホモサピエンスは異性愛を基本とする生態なんだ。特にフィクションの理想化された異性が相手では叶わないこともあるから覚悟はしておけ。
話聞いてませんね。
ゆいちゃんもいろいろ大変だね。
Well, of course, Seika knows what it feels like to interact with the opposite sex. She and Yui are the only people in this room that knows what the opposite sex is like. Damn it! What's this stepsister grinning about? What is she enjoying so much?
とにかくあかり。
はい。
あかりは今まで男性のことを何も知らなかったんだし、一度興味を持ってみるのはいいことだって思うよ。
Just as Keikaku, I guess.
本当にいいのかな。
何も知らないのに好きも嫌いもないでしょ。いくらフェミニストだからってちゃんとした知識をもとに自分で考えるべきだよ。
My guy says the real lines, man. He's the real one for saying such things.
それははい、そうなんですけど。
ゆいさんも大概ですわね。姫のあかりが言いたいのはそういうことじゃないですわよ。
ゆいちゃんを傷つけたくないとか綺麗なげだよね。
He's our guy for a reason.
だから本当に嫉妬とかしてないししないから。
Again, just as his Keikaku.
それはそれでちょっと寂しいような。でもわかった。私 BL 本をたくさん読んでしっかりと男性のことを勉強してみる。
Her understanding of men is true BL.
読むのはいいけど教科書としてはどうかな。
あら、何か問題がありますの？
She tilted her head in a very puzzled way.
BL ってものすっごくフィクションだからね。実際の男同士って全然あんなんじゃないからね。多分少年漫画とかだと違うし。
Bro, you're outing out yourself. Holy shit, you gotta be careful. I was about to say something that sounded like I'd actually seen it happen, but then I hurriedly tried to cover it up.
もしかするとそうなのかもしれませんわね。ですが、私は信じておりますわ。
Okay, what do you believe, Rodriguez-san?
何を？
男社会には美しきホモがあると信じればそれは不確かでも存在しているのですわ。そう、観測するまでは確定しないのですから。
I'm just gonna go to the next line.
シュレディンガーのホモ。
Every damn visual novel. Every damn visual novel. But this time, gay. By the way, there's nothing wrong with being gay. Just that. There's nothing wrong. I mean, if you're gay, you're gay. Yeah. Anyway. Mika senpai nodded in approval, a complete serious expression on her face. Just no need to we just stay in our lanes, you know. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything else more. Let's just continue this VN, man.
なるほど。つまり BL は現実かもしれないと。
I mean, a lot of things are you know, the story of what the hell is the name of that manga? The very popular one. The girl who had twin braids, wearing eyeglasses at the beginning, and at the end he's dying as someone who really messed up. I'm pretty sure that happened in real life, man. You know, a lot of the shit that we read, you know, they're inspired by real life events. I mean, I heard that for Subahibi, Skaji interviewed actual victims of bullying, you know, to the extent that you know the kind of bullying that you see in Subahibi probably is just like the minor case. I mean, oh man, there's that one famous case. There's that one famous case, you know. There's this one fucked up famous case of bullying that's so well known even in the Western world. I can't remember the name, but man, that is so fucked up, man. I think it was something that happened in the 70s or something. I can't remember. I can't remember the full details, but I remember it being so fucked up, man. Anyway, let's continue. I don't want to think about real life right now. You read fiction for a reason.
現実だといいね。
まあ夢は捨てたくないわな。
What's her dream? Even Yaika and the others. Well, it wasn't like there wasn't anything, but it definitely wasn't the sparkly stuff everyone was expecting.
やっぱりゆいちゃんは BL は好きじゃないんだ。
For good cause.
まあ、そりゃね。
Could it be that girls generally fall for lesbians? Since I'm pretending to be one, wouldn't it be weird if I didn't like them? She could be like, he could be like, you know, I am into yaoi. That's some good shit.
だよね。ゆいちゃんはゆりものの方が好きだよね。
Fuck Yuri. Fuck Yuri.
でも男の子同士も悪くはなかったんだよ。
I switched the two. Oh my god, man. I'm fucked.
そう。ところで私、どっちかというとゆりものより少年漫画の方が好みなんだけど。
Basically, our guy is one of those guys. They need to watch Slice of Life, man. They need to read more of those. They need to read more of those.
恥ずかしがる必要はありませんわ。ゆいさんが女子全般を性的に好きなことくらいみんな知ってますわよ。
いや、違う。みんな？普段からの目線などで推測は容易です。少年漫画を読んでいる際もヒロインキャラを鑑賞している時間が優位に長いと統計が取れています。
Is that how they interpret that?
なんでそんな統計取ったんですか？
Wait, am I that obvious? I'm pretty sure you're so obvious. Even like Akari was straight up telling you like, you know, I notice your gaze over me, especially on my boobs. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the women know that you're looking.
まあゆいちゃんって胸が大きくて可愛い女の子にしか浴場しない変態だもんね。
妹の目が冷たい。
いいではありませんか。性癖は人それぞれ。 みんな違ってそれでいいのですわ。
ルリコさん。
それで八重香さんの方はどういう性癖をしてますの？
Couldn't you put it a little more delicately? Like, what genres do you like? Or something.
もう男性キャラクターの好みならおじさん系かな。
意外な性癖が出てきやがった。
ねえ、イケオジに甘やかされてみたくないです？
What did she mean by this?
若干コメントに困りますわね。
しな、リン先輩はド S イケメン好きですよね。
うるさい、何か悪いか？別にいいだろクソ。
Classic. I like Rinse Away too.
全然いいと思いますよ。ミク先輩はどうですか？
I'm also curious about Miku Senpai's preferences.
性癖はよくわかりませんが。
すみません。変なこと聞いちゃって。
いえ、ただ個人的に高評価な作品の傾向としてはオネショタと呼ばれるジャンルに偏り気味です。
So, you're basically a pedo. Well...
あらまあ。お前そうだったの？
最近そのような統計が取れました。年下好きらしいです。
So, you're a pedo.
少年を抱きしめるミク先輩、なぜか納得。
I wonder where she could find a younger boy.
確かに。
Damn. I wish I was just a little younger. Just for a moment, that's all.
こういうお話ができるの、なんだかすっごく楽しいです。
Well, it's something you can only do with people you really trust, I guess.
私、茶道部に入ってよかったです。
Did I become her first friend? Seeing Akali smiling so happily made us all feel a warmness in our chests. But it's good, yeah. Akali's finally getting friends. It was during dinner on the same day.
この唐揚げ、すっごく美味しい。
To get some karaage tomorrow or something.
しょこ味付けちょっと辛くしすぎじゃない？それは辛い揚げ物で唐揚げですから。違うよ。カラッと揚げるから唐揚げって言うんだし。
それも違うからね。
That's a funny pun, karaage. Anyway, technically it's called karaage because it's fried in oil with a tempura batter. I think that's how it is. Oops, click something else again.
あかりちゃん、よく平気でこんな辛いの食べられるね。変かな。辛いのは好きなんだけど。
By the way, if you didn't get the pun, it was about like, you know, because spicy is karai in Japanese, so you know, it's the first part of karaage sounds like karai if you remove the I. Anyway.
八重香がお子様舌なだけだよ。これ合成肉だから味をごまかすのに辛くしてるのかな。
Wait, I thought they had actual meat as one of their benefits as working for the state.
自分だって嫌そうに食べてるし、人のこと言えないじゃん。ゆいちゃんも甘いのが好きだもんね。
嫌いじゃないってだけ。
In a male-dominated society, sweets were often seen as a weak and luxurious indulgence, so I feel a little embarrassed, even though I'm a girl now, so it shouldn't matter.
あかりちゃん、こういう辛いの好きなら1個あげようか。あ、いいんですか？
We were eating together as a group of 3 first-year students while talking about that.
姫野さん。はい。
ごめんね、食事中に。ちょっといいかな。
Two students I recognized came up to us, or rather, Akari.
何の用？
そんなに睨まないでよ。警戒しなくても変なことするつもりはないから。
These two, even though they're classmates in the same platoon and took lectures in the same classrooms, I remember them clearly.
もうあかりちゃんの陰口言ってた人たちだ。
その説はその。
Yeah, they were the ones who badmouth Akari or blatantly ignore her, making them central to the bullying in the classroom.
私たち姫野さんに言わなくちゃいけないことがあって。
なんでしょう。
今までそのごめんなさいでした。
Both of them bowed deeply and apologized profusely.
急にどうしたんですか？
私たちなんていうか姫野さんのこと誤解してて。
I've been letting it slide since Akari didn't want revenge, but apparently these guys were the ones drooling in their notebook. Were the ones doodling on her notebook. Oh, so they're the ones who, vandalized her notebook. I knew it. Was probably my classmates doing. I had a feeling that's what it would be, though.
今さら何なの？やりすぎた先輩たちが退学になったから怖くなっただけでしょ。
とは言い切れないんだけど。
Akari would probably just accept the apology silently, but I couldn't help but butt in and complain a little.
でもちゃんと反省もしてて、先輩たちの件で頭が冷えたっていうかどうかしてたって自分でも思うの。だから許してもらえなくてもいいから謝らせて。ごめんなさい。
あかりちゃん、どうする？いいですよ。別に私そんなに怒ってないですから。
本当に私たち結構ひどいことしたかもしれないけど。
それはそれなりに悲しい気持ちにはなりましたけど、でもむしろこれから皆さんと仲良くなりたいので。
私たちと？
The two who came to apologize stared at Akari's words in bewilderment. You're just too nice for your own good, so it's only natural.
私なんだかんだ言っても親がフェミニストですし、ダメでしょうか？
ダメってことはないけど。さ、実は私の母親前科持ちなんだ。
そうなんですか。それで？
クズの子供って言われてきてて、親から早く離れたくてこの学校に入ったんだ。だから親は関係ねえだろって誰よりも分かってたはずなのに。
Before I knew it, I was doing the exact opposite of what I should have been. I guess that happens sometimes.
だから親なんか関係ない。私なんかと本当に仲良くしてくれるなら。はい、
お友達になれたら嬉しいです。ですからこの学校でいじめなんてなかった。 そういうことにしておきましょう。
Oops.
被
Pressing the
害
wrong
者
thing.
以外が言ってたらふざけんなってなりそうなセリフだよね。
Just so disappointed, but
でもけじめはつけたいから何かお詫びはさせて。
if these people came to apologize themselves, maybe that's good enough.
お詫びと言われても、あ、唐揚げを一ついただいても。
そんなんでいいの？
今夜のメインのおかずですよ。辛いしいまいちの味だけどね。私は好きだからいいんです。
わかった。じゃあどうぞ。私のも。他にも何か困ってることとかあったらいつでも言ってね。
ありがとうございます。
Then the two of them moved one piece of each of their karage onto Akari's plate and walked away from us.
やっぱり甘すぎるとは思うけどね。
唐揚げはピリ辛だよ。
料理の話じゃなくてね。
いいの、これで。
It seems Akari understands what I want to say too, and she gives me a slightly troubled-looking, worried smile.
本当は怒ってたよね、あの人たちに。それはまあ、私仏様とかじゃないから。でも復讐したいとか思っちゃったら本当にできちゃうっていうか。別にやっちゃえばよくない？お母さんにバレたら絶対にやりすぎちゃうから、仕返しっていうレベルじゃ終わらないの。
なるほど。
偉い人の子供っていうのも大変そう。なのでちょっと我慢するくらいで済むなら水に流しておきたいかなって。
そっか。
Honestly, I still think it's too sweet. But if that's Akari's conclusion,
ねえあかり、
何？
私の唐揚げもあげるね。
おかずがいつの間にか山盛りに。
I thought the karage was a main dish.
食いしん坊のあかりならこのくらいいけるでしょ。
僕お茶取ってきてあげるね。
食べさせてあげよっか。ほら。
急に優しくされると怖いよ。
He's being so sweet. Because I want to return because I want to return even a small kindness to kind people. So, this was just a way for me to feel good about myself. So, anyway, this happened after eating roll call was over.
やっと入れた。
Hopefully I won't need to erase anything tonight. I mean, cut some stuff. Alright. So this will be our first incident. I don't know, let's see. I sank into the hot spring bath at the onsen and took a deep breath. I usually take a bath a little earlier, but today the timing was off because of everyone else's schedules, so I ended up being pretty late. So, the water is a bit lukewarm and leaves me feeling a little unsatisfied. Oh, do you remember the first few days when he was describing like what the bath water was like? You know, everyone's sweat and oil and grime, and it's a little lukewarm. It feels disgusting, all that sort of thing.
しかもあんまり綺麗じゃないんだよね。
It wasn't just lukewarm. There were also some questionable bits of dirt and hair floating in bat water. Oh, he was referring to the bat water. Okay, here we go. It's kind of like a repeat of... It's leftover bat water after a bunch of girls have soaked in it. So, well, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? Nah, I'm not drinking that. It's just plain gross. Who am I even refusing?
とにかくこんな広いお風呂を独り占めとか贅沢だよね。
Do people actually drink? If some dude was like so perverted, do they actually drink the bat water? Isn't that like? I know that people in Japan like they do their shampoo and wash themselves before they go to the actual bat. You know they sit down, they shampoo their hair, they wash their backs. You know they soap themselves and then. You know, it's like they do a mini shower, a shower first, then they go into the bath to just relax. I'll pretend I didn't see the unkept hair that doesn't belong to anyone, and enjoy the small luxury.
もっと暑いうちに入れると最高なんだけど。
As for me, I'm allowed to be alone on religious grounds. But that was on the condition that everyone else went in first. And because of the fuel restrictions, the time for reheating is limited. So I usually only get to take slightly lukewarm baths. Some of the guys were late for bathing because they had to stay after for training today. So the water was colder than usual.
まあそこまで贅沢は言ってられないか。
Complaining to those who are late is just wrong. More like, there were people who didn't even show up today.
本当にもうあかりってば。
Grumbling to myself, I remember something that happened just an hour ago.
姫の学生、まもなく入浴時間が終わりますが。
もうそんな時間ですか？
Called out by Miku Senpai, who had just returned from the bath. Akane looked up from her BL book with a flustered expression.
私も何回か声かけたよね。
ごめん、ちょっと集中してたから。
I'd be impressed if you were cramming for a lecture, but it's just because you were engrossed in those BL novels. You weren't actually excited about the subject, were you?
早く入浴を済ませてきてください。
でも今すっごくいいところで、あと5分だけ。
ですからそれでは規定の入浴時間に間に合いません。
じゃあ今日はお風呂は大丈夫ですので。
Bruh. So, Akane prioritized reading and didn't take a bath today. Sucks up.
昼間の訓練かなり汗かいたよね。
Pondered an aroma. It was kind of unsettling. More like, as a guy, I felt myself rapidly decaying while watching the girl next to me.
でも悪いことじゃない。
Losing yourself in what you love and forgetting your worries. That's definitely a happy thing. Working hard on assignments, then immersing myself in hobbies afterward. I'd say that's a fulfilling day. The senpai who had been so cruel to Akari were expelled. And just now, she made amends with the bullying classmates too. The purification committee will probably keep quiet for a while after what happened the other day. Akari joined the tea club ceremony club and became one of us. So for the time being, everyone can enjoy their hobbies at a leisurely pace.
平穏な日常か。
Nichijou. Oh yeah, I should rewatch that. I don't have any worries right now. Neither does Akari. Of course, the training is tough and demanding, but more than that, I'm happy to see Akari enjoying herself. It makes me feel like it's my own happiness too.
これからもっと仲良くなれるかな。
Muttering something like that, I guess I was completely off my guard.
リン先輩、あんなに怒らなくてもいいの
Oh no, 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 no! The religious reasons. How is he gonna survive this shit?
Eh?
I saw a figure reflected in a glass door leading to the changing room. Crap! I let my guard down, and now I've noticed their presence too late. I tried to jump out of the tub and hide, but I sprint past Akari, who's squeezing her eyes shut. I rush into the changing room, quickly wrap a towel around myself, and grab my clothes. Did she see that? I was so frantic getting dressed that my mind went completely blank. I wonder if she saw it. Because, that's going to be a big problem. I left the bathhouse and stopped at the corner of the lobby. My head's still spinning, but now that things have turned out this way, I know what I had to do. It should be decided already.
今なら誰もいない。やれる。
Before I knew it, lights out time had come and gone. Unnecessary lights turned off, and there wasn't a sign of anyone else nearby. As long as I don't make any noise, no one will come to check on me or leave the room.
監視カメラの死角はここ。
I knew the plan was half-baked, but I could feel my body rapidly growing cold. It must be because I changed clothes without properly drying myself off.
やらなきゃ。誰かに喋られる前に。
It's cold. My body's trembling. My fingertips are unsteady.
本当にやるの？
I couldn't hold it back. My hesitation spilled out, even though I shouldn't be hesitating.
いや、でももしかしたら。そうだよ。湯気で肝心なところは見えなかったのかも。
If that's the case, there's no need to take any risks. In the first place, it'll be messed up to do something crueler than those kidnappers and bullies.
きっとそうに決まってる。だから。
I tried to pull myself together, telling myself to keep going.
本当にそんなことある？じゃあどうして？
If Akari saw it, why didn't she make a fuss? I'm at a loss not knowing what to think.
ダメだよ。しっかりしろ。
If I was seen, there's no choice but to go through it. This isn't just about me being only a pervert.
あれゆいちゃん
Just as I finally steeled myself, Akari came back from the bathhouse looking refreshed.
どうしたの？髪びしょびしょのままだよ。
She frantically pulls a bath towel out of her luggage and rushes over to put it on my head. Akari's hair filled my nostrils and lungs, making me flustered. And at this distance, I'm certain I could take her down.
どうかした？ちゃんと拭かないと風邪ひいちゃうよ。
そうだね。
Her bath towel scrubbed my head dry, and I clung to the faint hope that she'd stop, letting her do as she pleased.
なんだかいつもと反対だね。
え？
だっていつもは私がゆいちゃんにお世話されてるから。
そうかもね。
The sound of her happy voice and the gentle way she dried my hair. I still don't understand, so I can't bring myself to do it.
じっとしててね。
Akari was acting as usual. She didn't seem scared of me at all. Could it be? Could I have really been blind? I can't help but hope for that. But still.
ごめんね、ゆいちゃん。
My body trembled violently. After all, the world isn't as kind as I thought it was.
ごめんって何が？
すごく困って。怖がってるから。私に裸見られたせいだよね。
No, it's the other way around. The translation should be, it's because I saw you naked, right?
そんなに大事なことだなんて思ってなかったけど、見ちゃったから。
What did she see? I hugged the bag containing my changed clothes to my chest. Discreetly, I slipped my hand into the open bag.
どこまで見えたの？
全部。
Does she know now? I mean, if it's everything, then she should have realized that what he is. And I felt around in a haphazardly folded cloth for something hard.
ごめんね。だけどなんていうか。
Akari's probably planning to report this to the instructor after this. I was surprised it didn't show your disgust, but it doesn't change what needs to be done.
見られちゃったものはしょうがないよね。
I quietly drew the knife from a sheath inside my bag.
でもね。
One stab to the heart. It would probably end there. After that, it's just a matter of what to do with the corpse.
大丈夫だから。私の目腐ってるし。
Okay. How are we? Okay, let's go to you.
全然ちゃんと見れてなかったから、多分平気だよ。っていうか私、頭がおかしくなっちゃったよ。
Thank God. Our bro was really gonna go hard on, like, he was this close to actually thinking about stabbing her, man. Right then and there, man. He doesn't even, of course, he feels, really grateful for his family and he doesn't want them hurt. Even if he was, like, friends with, Akari, Oh, man, I don't know.
何？
なんていうか、別の意味で本当にごめんね。私のバカ。
とにかく一旦落ち着こう。さっぱり事情が飲み込めないんだけど、何があったの？
実はこんなこと言われたら絶対にすっごく気持ち悪いと思うんだけど。
Drawn into Akari's atmosphere, I gulped nervously.
私はゆいちゃんにおちっちがついてるように見えてました。
You saw, but she's doubting herself right now. It's actually attached, so I'm confused about what you're saying. Okay, I get it, what's happening to her. Obviously, she's in disbelief that she saw his dick. So she's thinking, God damn it, man. I've been reading a lot of those BL shit. I started imagining Yui as a dude.
多分 BL を読みすぎたせいだと思うんだけど。っていうか、それしか理由なんて思いつかないし。
So, you're saying, Akari definitely saw my thing, but she thinks it was a hallucination from her own imagination, right?
違うの。別 別にゆいちゃんがおっぱいなくて寸胴だからとかそういうこと言いたいんじゃなくて。
あ、それも大概な暴言だよね。
妄想で男扱いなんて気持ち悪いよね。頭のおかしい女でごめんなさい。
Apparently, she really thinks there's something wrong with her eyes.
いいよ、そんなの別に。
ほんと？こんな目の腐ってる変態女でもいいの？嫌いになってない？
なってないよ、全然。大丈夫。
大丈夫。
ゆいちゃん、優しいよ。
It was so awkward because Akane's eyes and mine are completely normal. There's nothing wrong with her at all. So he has to gaslight her that she was imagining things.
実際に私胸とかぺったんこだし、いっぱい BL を読んでる途中なんだから仕方ないよ。
ありがとう、ゆいちゃん。こんなに気持ち悪い私を許してくれて。
Trying to comfort you just makes me feel even guiltier. I'm really sorry. Question mark. Because he was like, I'm so close to dying. You're so close to dying there, man.
やっぱり有害図書って脳に悪影響あるんじゃ。それで私頭が変になって。
考えすぎだと思うよ。
I appease her while letting go of the nice handle.
でも実際に私すっごいリアルな妄想しちゃって。
読みすぎは良くないかもしれないけど。
だよね。
I couldn't bring myself to completely deny it. In order to steer clear of the truth, what if Akane goes back to being a censorship advocate because of this?
でもやっぱり本のせいじゃなくて、あかりだけ変なんじゃないかな。
Bro, this gaslight. He was like, wait, I can't get her. I shouldn't let her become, you know. So I'm gonna gaslight her. Before I knew it, that tense feeling of being lost in thoughts about killing someone had completely dissipated. As expected of Akari, she's a girl who can't keep a serious face for long. Jesus, he was so close to actually killing her, man. And he wasn't hesitating. Oh, the secret. And I think that's what... I think, you know, this is the episode they find out anyway. Thanks to boys' love, I was saved by a skin of my teeth. From now on, every time I see a BL work, I'll probably offer up a faint sense of gratitude. You know, for Joes, maybe you ain't so bad all the time. Not that bad, at least. But I can't just brush it off with the simple things for the BL, because things aren't that simple. Do you really think Akari is just accepting what she saw back then because she thinks something's wrong with her? Maybe I wasn't seeing things after all. Who knows what might change your mind after that? Thinking about it that way, I can't afford to let my guard down.
今日の実技って何やるんだろう。私も特に聞いてないですけど。
Is she still thinking about it? Like, oh, what if Yui had a dick? While talking to Yaika, she keeps glancing over at me. To be precise, it's more like a lure. She was thinking like, what if Yui had a dick? Really? You're gonna look at her?
何？私のジャージどこか汚れてる？
Her piercing gaze made me so nervous that I ended up tucking my toes together.
ごめんね。なんでもないから。
Is she blushing and flustered because she suspects me? Or is it just because it is just her lucky charm delusion? Leaving things as they are isn't good, is it? That's what I'm thinking.
113分隊注目。本日の実技訓練を開始する。
At Senpai's voice, we first years lined up and stood at attention.
今日の実技はまあまあ楽しいと思うぞ。いよいよ貴様らにも多脚戦車の扱いを学んでもらう。
Oh, the war flashbacks, man. Remember the last time this guy saw one of those? God damn. You could see his expression. I didn't have any time to worry about Akari anymore.
多脚戦車というのは AI による自律制御の火力支援兵器です。簡潔に言えば重火器を詰め込んだ4足歩行のオートマタです。
The automatons.
我々保安隊においては火力支援の中核をなす存在であり、各分隊に1機ずつ配備される分隊支援機なのですが。
片桐やね、どうした？
はい。何がでしょうか？
Of course, he's like, the last time I saw one of those, my bros got shot, turned into blood, and turned into dust, or like a cloud of blood. Bro, literally the description was like one of them got shot by one of its shells, and they straight up exploded into like fucking blood dust, man. Blood clouds. Holy shit, man.
顔色が悪いようですが、大丈夫ですか？はい、問題ありません。
あんまりそうは見えんが。
ゆいちゃん？
I felt worried gazes and tied my expression with sheer willpower.
体調が悪いなら限界を超える前に申告してください。
I nodded to Miko Senpai's words and took a deep breath. I was startled for a moment, but there wasn't any real danger. I'm just getting a little nostalgic, that's all. When you say multi-legged tank, I'm guessing you mean that thing. It killed all my brothers, but even resisting was forbidden, a symbol of despair.
まあいいだろう。では早速だが紹介しよう。リネット、来い。
Rin Senpai called out her voice called out, her voice raised. From a little ways off beyond the stacked sandbags, there was a clatter of metal scraping against something. The next moment, a massive chunk burst out violently, tracing a parabola as it headed towards us. It came crashing down, shaking the ground. Obviously, he was like, "Oh shit, man!" It's probably a little smaller than I remember from the battlefield. No, that's just because I've grown taller. Even so, its massive frame loomed closer, radiating an overwhelming sense of intimidation with each step. I stumbled backward, overwhelmed. My feet tangled up. Before I knew it, I was sitting on my ass in a totally embarrassing way.
リネット、停止。
It came so close to crushing me, but Miko Senpai's order made it stop dead in its tracks.
なんですかこいつ。どういうプログラムされて危険すぎませんか？
いやゆいちゃん、何そんなにビビってるの？おっきなワンちゃんにじゃれつかれてるみたい。
That's ridiculous. It's obviously bigger and scarier than that.
普通に歩いてこさせるのではダメだったのですか？無駄に驚かせる必要はないのでは？
いや、こんなにビビるとは思わなかったし、単にこいつの機動力を体感してもらいたくてだな。リネットも足を自慢したがってたんだ。
Like she was agreeing with Rin Senpai. The tank let out a cry as it moved its manipulator. What is this thing?
駆動系に不必要な負荷をかけるのも推奨できません。関節や駆動部は消耗品ですから、酷使すると整備に問題が。
わかったわかった。もうしないから後輩の前で説教は勘弁してくれ。
I like how Miku always does that to Rin. Rin's like, yeah, I got it, I got it. わかった。Getting scolded together with Rin Senpai. She looks a bit dejected. Or at least that's how it seems.
なんだか可愛らしいです。見た目はいかついのにね。本当に大きい犬みたい。
その感想で正解です。多脚戦車は間違いなく兵器ですが、自律制御の AI には愛玩動物を模したキャラクターが設定されています。
ちなみにこいつの個体名はリネットだ。名前で読まないと拗ねて反応しないことがあるから覚えておくように。
どうして兵器にそんな設定がされてるんです？
疑似的なキャラクターであっても、愛玩動物の存在が兵士の精神衛生に大きく寄与する。
おへえ。ま、怖そうな雰囲気出してるよりは可愛い方が全然いいですよね。
If you put that into consideration, it's like the feminist-centered dog to straight up murder his brothers. No way. Everyone really thinks this is cute.
ところで片桐姉。
はい。
お前、びっくりして尻餅つくまではまだいいけど、もしかして腰抜かしてる？
Senpai looked down at me, still collapsed on the ground, scratched her head in exasperation.
すみません。この戦車、少し離してください。
Then Shadow. I missed that show. Anyway. I couldn't stop my face from getting hot with embarrassment. After a while, feeling returning to my lower body, and I used Akari's hand to stand up.
ゆいちゃんがそんな風になるなんてちょっと意外。
Well, you know, once in a while, everyone has one of their traumatic experiences.
同意です。無鉄砲なくらい肝の据わった性格だと認識していたのですが。
Made such a fool of myself that I wanted to crawl into a hole from embarrassment. Seriously, since I'm being glared at by a killing machine, I actually want to dig a hole or something and hide.
片桐姉、お前ロボットは苦手か？
リン、ロボットは差別用語です。オートマタと言ってください。
I always liked it. He's so strict with that stuff.
わかったわかった、訂正するから。で、どうなんだ？オートマタが怖いのか？
Senpai asked in a way that makes it sound like I'm scared of swimming, which is probably because my answer will affect the training plan going forward.
人型の小さいオートマタは平気なんですが。
でかいのが無理ってことか。
はい。多分。
Yeah, the humanoid automatons helping at the dorm, and the Gobrin, those light infantry robots from the Gaia army, are kind of scary, but I can still handle it. But a multi-legged tank like this guy right in front of me. This guy is impossible to take down. Even the rifle can't penetrate its armor, and he easily intercepts rocket launchers too. Rocket-propelled grenades. The textbook approach would be concentrated firepower, but for a single soldier, it was an invincible opponent. Nothing less than despair itself. Everyone I knew, my brother is in arms. They were all killed by the same type of machine. Of course, it wasn't this kid in front of me who did it. And the fault isn't with the machine, but the people who gave the orders. Waving a manipulator around, it came closer to me. Driven by instinctive fear, I stepped back as much as it approached.
めっちゃビビってるし、殴られるって思ってる？
片桐学生、 リネットは握手を求めているようです。
like a really like a dog.
ああ、そうなんですね。
You know what? As I look at the design of the robot, I'm starting to notice that it has an eye. It has things that looks like an eye and a mouth. The anthromo. What's the term? There's a term for that when you see patterns of like a face. I see a face. Anyway, the extended manipulators apparently means to seek friendship. But even knowing that, my body tenses up when I'm approached.
ダメっぽいか。ゆいちゃん、怖いからっておしっこ漏らさないでよ。
漏らさないよ。もう大人なんだから。
そうだよね。大人はお漏らしとかしないよね。
Quite recently. Damn it. Akari, who had just peed herself in captivity not long ago, caught up in this too. I feel bad for her.
しかし参ったな。
She was just in the crossfire.
実戦では中核になる戦力だ。ビビって扱えないんじゃ兵隊として話にならんぞ。
慣れてもらうしかないでしょう。無理やりでも人は慣れることのできる生き物です。
具体的にはどうする？
リネットに縛り付け数日間共に過ごさせるというのは初手から無理やりすぎませんか？
この子のことは大きいワンコみたいに扱っていいんですよね。
ワンコ。
はい、それがキャラクター設定に沿った扱い方になります。コンプライアンスに違反しない限り登録された分単位の命令には業務に関係なくとも従います。
なるほど。リネット、お手。
Responding to the sudden order, the multi-legged tank Lynette moved its manipulator arm happily and placed it in Yaika's hand.
本当にやってくれた。偉いぞ。シャシャシャシャシャシャ。
And Yaika strokes the rough head of that killing machine. She's letting her stroke it, but it's a bizarre sight.
ゆいちゃん、ご近所のワンコは可愛がってたし、犬のしつけと思ってコミュニケーション取ればいけないかな。
信頼関係を築かせようってわけか。
リネットに関しては元から反抗しないようにプログラムされているのですが、
理屈じゃなくて片桐姉の気持ちの問題だ。
なるほど。確かに犬は嫌いじゃないですけど。
ならゆいちゃんもやってみて。おとなしくていい子だよ。
My bro, you gotta get over it, man. You gotta get over it. You know what? It's actually hard. I mean, some people do straight up get PTSD, man. And that was a real traumatic event, man. I still think about how they describe like how his brothers died, bro. It's just so fucked up, man.
ちょっと心の準備をさせて。
I was being pushed forward by Yaika, but it desperately resisted with tearful eyes.
次は私がやってみてもいいですか？
ああ、もちろん構わんが。
リネット、チンチン。
What did you say, Shin? Huh? I was so surprised by the sudden word. That really? A combat machine as big as a cow was standing up on its two legs, with its foreleg raised high.
女の子ですよね。
いや、オスもメスもないんだが、機械だぞ。
すみません。なんとなく気になっちゃって。あかりちゃん、ビール読みすぎじゃない？
読みすぎると機械の性別が気になるのですか？
無機物でも 受けと攻めがどっちかは重要なんです。
そういうものですか。
I have no idea. I mean, more than that. She looks at. Does she look at Yui again? And she's still thinking about the dick. I feel glasses here in the hair. So focused on my crotch area. What does that look even mean? Is she fantasizing about me with that tag Lynette even when I'm not around? That's way too creepy. What? It's like I'm being looked at that way in the end, huh? I've been getting more and more anxious, and my stomach's starting to ache. Thanks to that, the fear of those multi-lighted tanks has become relatively less intense.
片桐学生、ゆいさん。
はい。なんとか慣れてみます。
Even though I was still a little hesitant, I reached out my hand to Lynette. It's as if I've been forced to give a bow using those rope. It was as if it's been forced to give a bow using those rope manipulators. Somehow, I managed to get through that day's training without any major problems. I still can't bring myself to stand right in front of the tank, but I've at least gotten to the point where I can touch it and try giving orders. Well, I wouldn't say I overcame it so much as she was just being considerate and following along quietly. Anyway, I've changed clothes and it's now self-study time. Since there's a midterms exam coming up soon, we were supposed to gather at the tea ceremony club room for a study session. Yaika and Senpai were in the tea ceremony club room too, along with Akari, and I opened my textbook, but...
父が見たいです。
What? 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 Bro? You thirsty?
お前本当にどうした？
Everyone froze at Akari's sudden outburst.
特訓の時もなんかリネットの性別を気にしてたが、マジで熱でもあるんじゃないか？
測ってみますか？
いいえ、大丈夫です。体温は平熱だと思うので。
むしろ熱に浮かされた上ごとであってほしいんだが。
すみません。自分でも年頃の女性としてどうなのかって自覚はあります。かわいそうに。あかりちゃん、やっぱり BL の読みすぎで。
Before I continue, I suddenly remembered Shimoneta. If you haven't watched Shimoneta, so the short summary is, in an alternative world of Japan, of course, it's always Japan. Some political group or the government or whatever, they were able to ban anything sex related, you know, any material, any information about it, you know, or even made it like the equivalent of a thought crime if you're giving sexual jokes or stuff like that, unless maybe it's related to reproduction. Even then, it's like maybe it's something taught when you become an adult, but not like not even taught at schools and stuff or whatever. Anyway, it's many years later. You essentially have this character who kind of falls for a guy, but because she has no concept of sex other than some instinctual thing, you know, she doesn't know how to express her sexual frustrations healthily or whatever. Yeah, there's that one character. You know what? Just watch him in anime, man. You'll understand what I'm trying to refer here. It's so hard to describe, but it's a world where everything about sex was fucking banned, censored, can even land you in jail, incarcerated or whatever. To the point that the current generation of kids at that point, you know, none of them they don't even know the concept of sex. So they're like, when one of the most upright, their student president, you know, she started feeling some attraction with the main character. She doesn't know how to express it properly or do anything related to that properly because, you know, she's just letting her instincts drive her actions, and it's essentially like, I don't know. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'll take a short break. Okay, let's continue.
はい。頭がおかしくなったみたいなんです。
I guess she desires that.
認めちゃった！
The situation isn't looking good at all. Akari's definitely still hung up on what happened yesterday. But things get a little complicated when it comes to stuff she imagined. I need to change the subject somehow.
誰だって下ネタワードを言いたくなる時期ってあるよね。
そうなの？
特にあかりって親御さんが厳しそうだし、うんことかチッチンとかそういうワードに爆笑した経験ってないでしょ？
Bro, the translation. I'm pretty sure I heard a lot more things than that, but okay.
みんなにはあるの？多少は身に覚えが。
八重香は子供の頃本当にうんこが大好きだったよね。
What the fuck?
誤解を招く言い方！その単語聞くとなんでか笑っちゃってただけ！
私には経験がないのですが、児童期の自我形成においてそのような現象があるという論文は読んだことが。
Why? What about your own childhood? What happened to your childhood?
ミクはなんかそういう時期をワープして成長してる感じだよな。
Yeah, that's... If it's a path everyone eventually walks, will there ever come a day when Miko-senpai bursts out laughing at dirty jokes? I'd really like to see that.
つまりリン先輩にもそういう時期が？
まあそうだな。犬のあれを観察して喜んでるようなアホなガキだった時期はある。
Oh, so when you watched dogs. Okay.
まあ先輩もやることやってるんですね。そっかそっか。リン先輩はおちっちん大好きだったと。
てめえやられて嫌なことは人にもするんじゃねえよ。
被害者が自分だけというのは納得できないんで。大丈夫。僕にもありましたよ。ちんぷー。
What's worse is that Yaika was giggling at mine, so I have this really hurtful memory of it. What the fuck? Was she like, oh, what the hell? What the hell, Yaika?
ああ、もうちっちん連呼するな。少しは慎みを持ってよ。
すみません。
The person who got scolded was completely unfazed, but Akari seemed more embarrassed than anything.
つまり
More.
姫の学生は精神的な成長の一助として男性器に興味を抱いている。そうなるんでしょうか。リン の例から考えて観察したい男性器は動物のものでも構わないですか？
Senpai Miku, you're even trying to fulfill a request like this.
私がおちっちを見たいのはもうちょっといろいろあって、できれば人間の男性のものを確認したいんです。
Bro, she thirsty.
それは現代社会においては困難かと。
多分過去の社会においてもその要求はまあまあの変態がするものだと思うぞ。
現物じゃなくても修正の入ってない写真とか精密なイラストでもいいんですが。
それも上官委員じゃなくても有害認定するやつだからな。モザイクなしのはかなり希少だし、ノリすら入ってないのはまず残っていないだろう。
ですよね。そうなんですよね。
Thanks, Japan, I guess. I nodded at Rin Senpai's words, looking incredibly troubled.
そんなに深刻そうな顔をするほどのことか？
Senpai looks at her like she's hopeless, but she's trying to listen with genuine concern. It's not a time for compliments about how kind she is.
私の頭がおかしいって話なんですが。
I think she's just finally experiencing the concept of being thirsty, but she doesn't know what it is. That's why she keeps thinking about the dick. Anyway, the topics come back around, and in this situation, it's hard to steer clear of it.
私、モザイクのないおちんちんなんて見たことがないはずなんです。
おう、そうだろうな。私もないぞ。
なのにどうしてかすっごいリアルな妄想ができちゃうんです。
そうか。
She wants it. Senpai's gaze was completely pitying.
保健体育の教科書に載ってたとか。
断面図とか簡単なイラストとは全然違うものが見えちゃってたの。
そう。
あんなにリアルなの本当に見たことないからそれでびっくりしちゃって。あんなに。
Oh shit! This is bad. At this rate, we're bound to end up talking about yesterday.
ねえあかり、きっと疲れてるんだよ。少し休もう。
I plastered a smile on our face and patted Akari's shoulder.
そうなのかな。
絶対そうだから BL からも少し離れた方がいいかもね。
それは
趣味とはいえあまり偏った知識ばかり摂取すべきでないのは私も同意します。
まあ少し落ち着けっていうのはあるな。平然とチンチン連呼するようになったら人間おしまいだぞ。
私終わってた。
Yeah.
そういうわけであかりはもう部屋まで戻ろう。この部屋だと誘惑がちょっと多すぎるからね。
ゆいちゃん。
では送っていくので今日は失礼しますね。
I pushed Akari's back without hesitation and left the tea ceremony room behind.
まったくうちの分隊は変なやつばっかりだ。
ご迷惑をおかけします。
Miku also apologized. I feel bad for Miku senpai.
ミクが全然マシな方だと思う日が来るとはな。
And yeah, you guys obviously like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm pretty sure that's what you guys thinking right now. Oh shit.
ゆいちゃんちょっと待って。
On our way to Akari's on our room, I stopped when she resisted for what felt like the end time.
別に逃げたりしないし、一人で歩けるから。頭はおかしいかもだけど、体はなんともないの。
わかった。
It was getting awkward, so I let go. The truth is, her head's practically fine, and it's all just me trying to pawn off responsibility.
でも、心配してくれてありがとう。
お礼を言われるようなことはしてないよ。
こうしてお世話しようとしてくれるだけで、私はすっごく嬉しいけどな。
そっか。
It's really all for my own convenience. So when you say things like that, I couldn't bring myself to resist anymore.
洗濯物届いてるみたい。
And we quickly made it to the room, noticing a laundry bag placed in front of the door.
ナナちゃんかな。うちのオートマタは優秀だね。
It was just a bag of clean clothes as usual. I lifted the bag and reached for the door.
ゆいちゃん、リネットのことはあんなに怖がってたのに。
いいでしょ別に。大丈夫だって確信できるまで警戒しすぎなくらいがちょうどいいんだから。
ただの人見知り？慣れてきたらリネットちゃんとも仲良しになりそう。
どうかな。
I'm not sure if getting along is a good thing anymore. Especially now, I've started to regret it a little.
先に畳んでプレスやっちゃおうか。
そうだね。
I managed to plaster a smile on my face while replying. I went into the room, spread out the laundry in the bed, silently sorting it as I folded, separating what needed ironing.
ねえ、ゆいちゃん。
どうかした？
Akari suddenly stopped what she was doing and spoke to me, so I turned my gaze toward her. Bro, the music stops. Oh shit.
ゆいちゃんのパンツってどれもローレックっていうの？太ももまである大きめのやつだよね。
あかり、なんでそっちに私のがあるの？
What is she doing?
ちょっと気になっちゃって。
じゃない。
I noticed that my underwear had disappeared from the pile of laundry. Was it when I was getting out the iron? Just for a second while I wasn't looking?
ゆいちゃんもこういうぴったりした下着の方が絶対可愛いと思うんだけど。
As she said that, she grabbed my own underwear with her other hand and fluttered them around.
何やってるの？はしたないでしょ？
別にこのくらいそうでもないよ。ゆいちゃんはこういうの履かないの？履か
ないよ。
It doesn't even fit. It's sticking out.
おしゃれは見えないところからだよ。少しは頑張らないといざって時に。
そんな時は来ないからいいの。この会話前にもしなかった？
そうだっけ？
そうだよ。とにかくね、そういう小さいのはなんかスースーして恥ずかしいし。
そっか。
早く返してよ。
What? Why is she sniffing it? Jesus, man. She really, she has no turning back.
ほんと何やってるの？匂いを嗅がないで。
大丈夫。洗剤の匂いしかしないよ。
No, but still.
じゃあなんで嗅いだの？
なんとなく気 気になって。
What the fuck? Blushing bashfully, Akari sniffed the scent of the panties like a maiden in love. She's just plain perverted. Bro, she has no return from this point.
そういうことするなら私にもあかりのパンツ渡してよ。同じことしてやるんだから。
But base suggestions, maybe? I don't know anymore. Why am I even making this suggestion? Akari will probably just say sure normally, so it wouldn't be a proper retaliation anyway.
それはダメ。
The hand that tried to snatch Akari's panties were nimbly dodged.
あかり？
私のはおしっこ臭いかもだから。
But you just washed? What?
洗濯済みでしょ？
でもなんか恥ずかしくて。
I guess you understand now the situation?
私もなんだけど、他人にやられて嫌なことはするんじゃありません。
ごめんなさい。
It was a reaction I hadn't expected at all. She handed me back my underwear instead.
えっと
How should I interpret this reaction?
ゆいちゃん、本当にごめんなさい。
別にいいよ。返してくれたし、反省してるなら。
そうじゃなくてね。
She fidgeted, rubbing her thighs together in embarrassment.
何？
実は私またゆいちゃんで変な妄想しちゃってます。
そう
だってゆいちゃんのパンツおちんちんが収まりそうなんだもん。
そうかもしれないけど。
Oh shit.
失礼すぎる。頭のおかしい女でごめんね。
本当にその通りっていうか。
It's gnawing at me. Most like she isn't steadily getting closer to the right answer. Isn't she steadily getting closer to the right answer?
ねえゆいちゃん、もしよかったらなんだけど。
何？
お願い、一回だけでいいからゆいちゃんのあそこを見せて。
はあ？見せるわけないでしょ。
宗教でダメなのは分かってるけど、一回だけでもちゃんと確認したら妄想もリセットできると思うの。
ダメなものはダメ。絶対にダメ。
見せてくれないと私頭がおかしいままだよ。
Even if you say that, even if Akari hasn't done anything wrong, there are things I just can't do. I had no choice but to refuse, using my fate as a shield. That night, after lights out, once everyone was asleep, I snuck out of my room, pretending to go to the bathroom. I held my breath and waited for a while in the shadows, where I wouldn't be noticed.
ゆいちゃん、いる？
Before long, a familiar figure approached, silently, making no sound.
いるよ。
お待たせ。っていうか、わざわざこんな時間に呼び出して何なの？
ちょっと相談したいことがあって。
I secretly slipped Yaika a note during dinner, telling her I wanted to talk privately and giving her the time and place. Responding to that call, you came out of your room like this.
あかりちゃんのこと？
なんでわかったの？
わかるってば。今日明らかに変だったし。
そっか。だよね。
ゆいちゃんの悩み事って大抵あかりちゃん絡みだし。
そんなことないでしょ。
近くないんだもんな。それで何があったの？
ちょっと耳を貸して。
Just to be sure, I leaned close to Yaika's ear and whispered about yesterday, how I was seen in the bat.
マジで？
Oh, that's a. She also has like a oh shit look.
実物見ておきながら自分の頭を疑うとか。あかりちゃん。
Seeing it with her own eyes and still doubting what she's seeing. I pressed my temple in exasperation, but I'm actually grateful for it since it's helping me out.
でもこれで合点がいった。あかりちゃんみたいな純真な子が不意打ちであんなの見ちゃったらおちっちんのことばっかり考えちゃうのも無理ないよね。
そういうもの？
女の子にとっては割とショックでっかいよ。自分にはないものだし、実物は想像してたよりグロいし。
Ow, that hurts. Because the only real one you've seen is his.
グロとか言わないでよ。
慣れてくるとちっちゃくて可愛いんだけどね。
Jesus. Oh yeah. That just hurts me even more. So please stop.
とにかくこのままあかりの頭が変ってことにして乗り切れると思う？
思わない。
Oh shit. I was caught off guard by her immediate and clear rejection, losing my words for a moment.
ゆいちゃんってさ、胸はないし背は高いし寸胴だし、顔は美人さんだけどそこまで女の子らしくはないじゃん。
それはまあ。
I've been told that I have a pretty face since my days in the male-dominated world, but that's only compared to the other rough-looking guys. Even if I dress up as a woman, it doesn't mean I'll look completely like one.
誰もゆいちゃんを見て疑問に思わないのは、みんなこんなところに男がいるはずがないって思い込んでるから。それが一番の理由だよ。だから一度もしかしてって思っちゃったらもうそうとしか見えなくなるかもしれない。現にあかりちゃんは無意識かもだけどそうなってるっぽい。
When I came to this town in drag, I didn't go so far as to stuff my chest or fake a whole different body type. Even if you did that, it'll be hard to keep up in a school full of sports nuts, and when the lie gets exposed, you'll just stand out even more. But in the end, it was just a way of trying to gloss over things by insisting of being gender neutral.
で、どうするの
Political being androgynous, basically. If I can't keep lying about it anymore, then I have to brace myself.
今なら疑問に思ってるのはあかりだけなんだよ。
I already decided what to do in this kind of situation.
八重香に相談してよかった。多分一人で考えてたらずるずる言っちゃって決められなかったよ。
それで本当にいいの？
心配しないで。八重香にも母さんにも迷惑はかけないから。
そういう心配じゃないんだけど。
It can't be helped now that things have turned out this way. The problem was how to dispose of it naturally. And how not to get caught. You know, there's a lot of... Remember that she was kidnapped recently and all that sort of thing, so... A few days later, a perfect opportunity finally came along.
降車！全員降りた後は直ちに整列せよ。
Following orders, we jumped down from the transport truck's cargo bed, one after another. The next moment, what leaped into my view was a landscape I'd never seen before.
おー、これが海？
Umida. Welcome main menu song. It's pretty different from the beaches you see in old manga, but this strong salty smell must be coming from the sea.
ぼさっとするな、整列。遅れるな。
あ、はい。
Senpai was rushing us as we ran to the meeting place and lined up in a row.
第一小隊点呼始め。
The other squad members were also shouting nearby. This time, the entire 1st Student Battalion was assembled.
はーい、全員揃ってますね。皆さん、旧都心地区へようこそ。ここが本当の東京。さらにその前は江戸と呼ばれていた地域になります。
Oh, we finally see her with a gun. I'm given a moment to glance around. As far as the eye could see, there were tombstones of skyscrapers stretching endlessly, most of them half submerged in seawater. This is what remained of the city that was once touted as the largest in the world.
皆さんにはこの地区の偵察をしてもらいます。これは訓練も兼ねていますが、れっきとした保安隊としての任務ですよ。配布される弾薬も実弾ですので、くれぐれも注意して扱うように。
The students who have been rigorously trained don't do much as whisper to each other, but a faint sense of unease begins to spread.
1年生にとってはこれが初めての任務になりますね。ですが危険度は低いですから心配はいりませんよ。
Even among their classmates, the most honest ones let out a sigh of relief at the instructor's words. But still,
ここ最近の被害といえば、2年前に海に落ちて溺死した人がいるのと、10年前にロボットに襲われて何十人か殺されたくらいですから。
bruh. It can't be helped that the standards for danger differ between civil society and the military.
負傷者は被害のうちに入れてませんよ。毎年ビルから転落して骨折とかする人は出ますから。
Everyone gasped. Of course, the fear of falling and the need to be careful where they were. But more than anything, what made them tense was the word robot that had been casually mentioned before.
皆さん、この地域で起きた10年前の事件のことは授業でもやりましたから覚えていますね。
It all started with an incident where a small unit of the Gaia army, believed to have landed from the sea, killed civilians who were fishing in the area. The security team rushed to the scene after receiving a report, but they couldn't find the enemy in the complex terrain of the ruins, allowing them to penetrate inland. As a result, many civilians were killed, and the failure greatly damaged the political standing of the Self-Defense Force as an organization. Later on, when the male forces retreated to the female district in another region, it might have been influenced by that incident that they ended up overreacting. Oh.
見ての通り、バカみたいに広いこの廃墟には何が潜んでいるか分かったものではありません。
Okay, I like how they gave an explanation as to what the hell happened when Yuito's group retreated.
だからこそ訓練途中の学生の皆さんまで借り出しての定期的な偵察活動です。多少の被害は覚悟の上の任務です。
Before I knew it, the instructor's tone had shifted from her usual laid-back manner to a serious one.
目の前のこの海と女性地区の間には壁になって危険を引き受ける男性地区がありません。この海岸だけは私たち保安隊で
女性自身の手で対処しなければなりません。皆さん、退屈な偵察任務になるかもしれませんが、手を抜くことなくしっかりと不審物を確認するように。
はい。
Everyone responded with a serious expression. She really does look like an EK character. After that, each squad was assigned a designated area, and the operation began. The platoon would be operating in dispersed formation.
一部だけとはいえ、たった一個中隊で偵察するには広すぎるんだよな。
そもそも保安隊の人員自体が足りていませんから。
こうして学生が駆り出されるくらいにはな。
As she moved to her assigned area, Rin Senpai sighed while looking around.
とはいえ、やるしかないか。うちの分隊の担当は。
地図を出します。各自手持ちのものにメモしてください。
I followed Senpai's instruction and started writing on a distributed paper map. Ideally, everyone would have a terminal that allows them to exchange accurate information, but the reality is that only some elite units can afford it.
5人でこの面積ってマジっすか？
マジだ。制限時間は明日の日没まで。手分けしないと到底間に合わないから3班に分かれて行動する。
We split into 3 groups of 5 people. One person will be on their own, but
ミクはリネットと組んでドローン操作及び非常時の遊撃を担当してくれ。
了解。
looks like the multi-legged tank, Lynette, was included in the count too.
片桐妹は私と来い。絶対にサボらせないからな。
了解っす。信用ないな。
で、あとは片桐姉と姫野なんだが、1年だけで大丈夫そうか？
多分
問題ありません。
ミク、本当に大丈夫と思うか？
ユイさんがいるのなら問題はないと思われます。何もなかった場合に限りますが、危険度は低いので。
何ですか？どういう意味です？
片桐姉、任務は偵察だからな。万が一敵がいた場合は報告して撤退だぞ。
しませんよ。私のこと何だと思ってます？
突撃マニアのバーサーカー？
Totsugeki mania. I mean, you thought of me like that? Well, considering his track record in battle right now, he always likes to do the Totsugeki attack.
姫の学生あかりさん、ユイさんが暴走しそうな時はあなたが止めなくてはいけません。
わかりました。全力で役目を全うします。信用ないのは姉妹揃ってだった。
It's over. We're the Katagiri family. There's no point in arguing. We probably won't get it back easily. So I guess I had to give up for now.
では、各自任務に取り掛かってくれ。足場が悪いから十分に気をつけるように。
了解。
Yokai. We exchanged salutes and headed off their respective directions, each carrying their luggage. After being left alone with Akari, we entered the interior of the wasteland filled with towering buildings.
わあ、すごい。
The closer I got, the more overwhelmed I was by the scale of the ruins, because all that stretched on and on were just chunks of iron and concrete.
立川の廃墟より全然大きいね。
うん。これが本当の東京なんだ。
This ruined city, stretching endlessly with its crumbling giant structures, was both a testament to humanity's past prosperity and a symbol of its decline. As true 22nd century natives, we can barely even imagine what life was like during the city's heyday.
足元気をつけて。
分かってる。
We were standing on what used to be the wall of an overturned high-rise building. The original ground is all sunken beneath the concrete underwater. Even if you peer carefully through the gaps in the steel frame, it's hard to tell how deep it really is.
こんなに沈んじゃってるの。地球温暖化だっけ？
この辺りは地盤沈下もあるらしいけど。
In any case, there had been climate change that caused sea levels to fluctuate by several meters. It was Gaia's robots that delivered the final blow, but maybe this kind of collapse is just the inevitable end of civilization. Thinking such things, I carefully jump over a crack in the concrete.
この辺りを見回っていけばいいんだよね。
うん。余分な荷物は一旦分かりやすい場所に置いていこう。
分かった。よいしょ。
We'll be staying overnight in the ruins as part of our camp training, starting today and continuing into tomorrow. That means I'll be alone with Akari for that long.
似た景色ばっかりだし、うっかりしてると場所がわからなくなりそう。
迷子にならないように気をつけてね。
After unloading luggage and supplies for lodging, I take on the mission armed only with a gun.
このいっぱいある建物、全部中まで確認するんだよね。
誰かが入った形跡とか、変わったものがないかとか、ざっと見ていくだけでいいと思う。
そうなの？
じゃないと絶対に終わらないし。
It's not like I'm looking for anything specific. The nature of the mission means it's better to take a broad, shallow approach.
それでも広すぎて大変そうだけど。
二人で力を合わせて頑張ろう。
うん。
I move across the concrete, scanning the surrounding buildings as if searching for signs of life. Nothing happened. The fact that I can't sense any light, could it be that this ruin is contaminated? There's no sign of anything suspicious or anything else moving besides us. Considering the size of their assigned areas, Miku-senpai and Yaika should be quite far from here. Sumari.
世界に二人っきりみたい。
そうだね。
Akari gave me a shy smile, but I wasn't in the mood for that. Because opportunities like this don't come around often, right?
ゆいちゃん？
Lost in thought, Akari was looking at me with a suspicious expression.
なんでもないよ。
そう？
No one can see us now. Ooh, shit. If you fell into the sea and sank, your body would probably never be found. The instructor said it happened before, so it'll probably be swept under the rug as an unfortunate accident. I don't know. You're talking about the daughter of like the fucking feminist group who will be like, I don't know, man. There's no way. If you do that, there's no way you're getting out alive.
次、あっちのビル行こっか。
そうだね。
Nodding, Akari turned her back to me and started walking away. To put it mildly, she has a lot of openings in her posture. Right next to us was a deep sea where collapsed concrete structures sank. It should be easy work, or so I thought.
そういえば、初めて会ったのもこんな場所だったね。
え？
Akari suddenly turned around, and my heart almost stopped.
ゆいちゃんと初めて会ったの廃墟の瓦礫の中だった。
あの時みたいに転んで落ちないでよ。
大丈夫。廃墟は遊び場所だったし慣れてるから。
全く信用できないんだけど、あの時は受け止められたからいいようなものの。
その説は大変申し訳ありませんでした。
次はわざわざ受け止めたりしないからね。
はーい。
何を笑ってるの？
そんなこと言ってもゆいちゃんはきっと助けてくれるんだろうな。
Alright, yeah, that's gonna be hard. Because, you know, it's not like...
そんなことないよ。
The feeling of complete trust makes my chest ache. If I take advantage of that trust, my work will become even easier. But
おしっこ臭いのはもう嫌だからね。
それはもう言わないで。
just like back then, just like always, I wish it shattered a serious feeling. The feeling of praying was nothing more than hesitation. In the end, I couldn't do anything. Time just passed by. Walking around the dark is dangerous and inefficient, so we were told to end our reconnaissance for the day once it got past sunset. So today, after that, all we had left to do was prepare dinner and set up camp.
ゆいちゃん、はい、お湯沸いたよ。
ありがとう。
In the faint light of the oil lamp, Akari hands me a mug filled with hot water. I took it, found a flat spot to gently place it down, and pulled out a pack of ramen from my luggage.
ご飯食べたら寝る場所を探すんだよね。
うん。屋根と壁があって雨風がしのげて小さな地震くらいじゃ崩れなさそうなところがいいかな。
最後のがちょっと難しそう。
今でも崩れないでしっかり立ってる建物なら大丈夫だよ。
If it hasn't collapsed after being abandoned for half a century, we can probably trust its earthquake resistance.
すぐに見つかると思う。まあ、その前にご飯だね。
うん。食べないとお腹空いちゃうから。
Even as she replied, Akari didn't seem too keen on it. Well, I guess that's just how it is.
ライスブロックとお肉味のブロック。これはサラダ味のブロックだよね。
多分。
ブロック食品ばっかり。せめて缶詰とか。
缶詰。
お味噌汁はクオリティ高いから。
Sighing, I dropped the freeze-dried miso into the cup of hot water.
いっそのこと全部これ一本で完全栄養食みたいなのでいいのにね。なんでブロック食品だけで一汁三菜とかやっちゃったんだろう。
バリエーションを持たせたかったんじゃないかな。
By the way, Ichizu Sansai is like side dishes, if I remember correctly. Let me actually search that up, but I'm pretty sure it's Ichizu Sansai. One soup, three dishes. Okay. No, okay, my bad. It's it's like a proportion of like meals. The Japanese proportion for meals. One main dish, two side dishes, one soup. When important people suddenly get half-hearted about something, it always throws a huge wrench into things on the ground.
お薬の味がする。
軽くて運びやすいのにカロリーも栄養も十分なんだよ。贅沢を言わないの。
はーい。
I can't bring myself to praise the taste, but it's enough that I can eat it. If I force myself to swallow, it won't matter. After that, we ate in silence.
ねえゆいちゃん、何か起こってる？
Oh shit, she could sense something's going on.
なんで？なんとなく今日はずっと怖い顔してるから。
Oh shit, she could sense stuff, man. Well, we know how she's very observant. So, even something like that, she could, you know, she could tell. Jesus, man. Wait, I got distracted for a short bit.
そんなことないよ。気のせいでしょ。
そうかな。
そうだよ。
To be honest, I don't think I'm smiling well at all.
あのね、私何かしちゃってたならごめんなさい。
あかりは何もしてないよ。
でも私の頭がおかしいからかなって。
My chest hurts. It throbs unbearably.
あかりは悪くないよ。
Man, it really sucks. It really sucks.
そうなの？
Because really, Akari didn't do anything wrong. It's just so happened she was in the bad place she was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
うん。何も悪くない。
Akari really hasn't done anything wrong, and yet I'm about to harm her.
間違ってる。
It's not right to harm innocent people. If I did something like that, I wouldn't be any different from the worst feminists out there. So, I guess I haven't changed either.
あかり、これだけは覚えておいて。悪いのは私だから。
Oh, he's really feeling guilty about what he's about to do, and he's already admitting it to her.
よくわかんないけど。
食べ終わったら寝床を探しに行くよ。
I wonder if this is Akari's perspective or this is no, yeah, I think this is Akari's okay, I'm gonna imagine this is Akari's perception POV. She managed to smile like expression, swallow her tasteless meal as if to cut off the conversation. It's kind of funny how I fell into becoming a terrible person. Oh no, he's talking about himself. Okay. Alright, here we go. I left the building I designated as my base and started checking out the surroundings.
異常なし。
Akari's getting the bed ready, so I'm alone for now. Perfect time to scout out the area and plan my next move.
この暗さで、この高さなら。
I approached the edge of the glass floor and peered down at the sea below. If you fall off here, it won't be easy to climb back up. There are some places we might be able to climb, but finding them in the darkness while drowning would be difficult. If there are people trying to prevent them from ascending, it's guaranteed to end in the worst possible accident.
あとはどうやってあかりを誘い出すかだけど。
Are you sure that's really okay? Even at this point, my conscience is trying to hold me back.
いいわけがない。間違ってる。
Yeah, he's really having a hard time, man. He really doesn't want to do it, but, you know, he doesn't want to be a trouble to Yaika and her mom. His mom. I know that's much less obvious, but what can you do? If things keep going like this, Akari will surely uncover the truth eventually, and then it will be destruction involving Yaika and Okasan too. If it had been at the beginning, I could have said you were being threatened by me. But now we've shown people how well we get along. There's little hope for that.
だからあかりにはいなくなってもらうしか。
Damn it. What do I always think of that?
もう一つだけ手はある。
If it's about keeping a secret, Akari doesn't have to be the one who disappears. No. Actually, that's probably a more fundamental solution. Kumitsuepaku. Okay, yeah, that is also an option. I mean, if you're fine with that.
本当にいなくなるべきなのは僕。
Oh, he just straight up used boku. Well, of course he's talking to himself, but I like the inflection of that when this line, because you know, right here and there, he's thinking of himself as a man. I like that. If I weren't here, and nobody were left behind, the secret would definitely be saved. There'll be no need to silence Akari either. Of course, Yaika and my Okasan wouldn't get involved either.
僕さえいなければ全部丸く収まる。
It seemed like a brilliant idea. I peered into the dark sea. Yeah, that's probably for the best. But I'm still a coward, even now. Too scared to die, too afraid. On the verge of tears.
ゆいちゃん
Oh shit, man. I flinched and turned around at a sudden voice.
こんなところでどうしたの？
別に何も。あかりこそ何しに来たの？
私はゆいちゃんが戻ってこないから。
探しに来てくれたんだ。
うん。あと
She's fidgeting, rubbing her thighs together in a shy way.
おしっこ？
言わないで。海にしちゃって大丈夫かな？
問題ないと思う。
For most creatures, relieving the cells is when they're at their most vulnerable. There's no way another chance like this will come around again.
そこでしちゃいなよ。
Bro, I like how they had like a lot of setup with Akari regarding P. And then the incident that could kill her is actually related to P. If you don't want to die, then you have no choice but to kill this child. You have to make that decision.
ねえゆいちゃん本当にどうしたの？
Akari approaches me with a worried look on her face. I must be making some terrible expression. I wanted to run away from making a decision, so I took a step back. Suddenly, my feet lost their footing. Oh shit! He fell. A sense of floating enveloped my entire body. Ah, right. I forgot there was no ground behind me. Slipping and falling off like that is just plain stupid. I was just thinking about killing myself or dying. But reality wasn't some incident or anything like that. It was just a simple case of... Without any preparation or caution, I just fell. By the time I realized it, I was in the water, surrounded by lukewarm seawater, and my eyes were stinging so badly. I swallowed seawater without understanding what was happening. Being from inland, I never swum before, so I had no idea what to do. I struggled desperately, but I don't feel like I'm getting any closer to the surface. It's hard. I can't breathe. This is bad. This is bad. I'm going to die.
でも
This must have been for the best. God pushed me forward, even though I was cowardly and sneaky. Feeling that way, I was enveloped in a sense of relief. As my consciousness faded, resignation overcame fear. My guess is Akari saves her, and that's how she finds out. Oh shit! And he was knocked unconscious by trying to drown. Oh shit! Obviously, Akari would strip him, right? I'm being pet on the head. Warm, soft hands, so different from my brother's strong, rough ones. A gentle, comforting
ゆい
sensation.
ちゃんゆいちゃん
I could hear her voice. Someone's calling my name.
母さん
It felt nostalgic and gentle. The hand stroking my head. I squeezed my eyes shut in happiness, letting it happen.
あれでもどうして母さんが
I don't even need to remember exactly. I already know the answer to that
これ
question.
って夢だよね
Maybe it's like a flash of memories. Maybe I'm already in heaven and the Kasan is still alive. Or maybe not. But Kasan is still alive, or maybe not. Well, since it's not real anyway, I guess it doesn't
ご
matter.
めんね母さん
In the end, I couldn't accomplish anything. Even though you helped me, even though you went through so much trouble raising me, I never managed to repay your kindness.
親不孝でごめんでも
It's better than doing something awful to that girl, right?
悪い人にはならなかったよ
If it's over, I can think of it as being for the best. No regrets. So I'll go on my journey with this happy feeling. Thinking like that, I went to heaven. My Kasan poked my forehead with her fingertip.
何
I shook my head frantically, as if schooling me for thinking otherwise.
違うの何がまだ死んじゃダメってこと
Kasan nodded and stroked my head again.
確かに母さんならそう言うけど
This is my dream, my imagination, so it's also my will. If I'm making my Kasan say that of her own volition, doesn't it mean I still don't want to die? Even if I think about it, there's no way things could get better. I suddenly had this feeling that something was off. Even though I know the woman in front of me is just a dream, for some reason her hand stroking my head feels incredibly real, warm, and comforting.
ゆいちゃん
A voice calling out awkwardly. Ah, I see. Before I knew it, I was just as fond of that girl as my Kasan. Of course. Fresh air rushes into my lungs. I felt the oxygen that had been missing coursing through my bloodstream and spreading throughout my body.
まだ水飲んじゃってた
あね
I opened my eyes dazedly. Gradually, a figure with long hair came into focus in my vision.
ゆいちゃんよかった
あかり
I'm guessing she also stripped him, so she's aware now.
大丈夫息するの苦しくないちゃんと水は吐き出したと思うけど
あ大丈夫
Daijoubu.
本当によかった。
Akari let out a deep sigh of relief, placing my hand on her lap and gently stroking my hair with tender hands.
あかりだったんだ。
It wasn't my Kasan stroking my head. It was Akari. I've been leaning on Akari, not my
で
Kasan.
もどうして？確か僕は
ゆいちゃんは海に落ちちゃったんだよ。
Bro, he just referred to himself as a Boku. Oh, okay. He's still in the daze. I remember that clearly. But if I were drowned in the dark sea, there's no way anyone could save me.
あかりが助けてくれたの？
Which means if he planned to throw Akari down, it won't work.
そうだよ。私、泳ぐのは得意なんだよ。
Yeah, he would fuck up the plan if he tried to kill Akari.
どうしてそんなに意外そうな顔するの？
僕は泳げないから。
ゆいちゃんって私のことすっごいポンコツみたいに思ってるよね。
Ponkotsu.
ごめん。
Somehow I was looking down at Akari because I thought she couldn't do what I couldn't. She couldn't do what I could. And maybe it's because I'm infected with misogyny too. That's a line. That's a line. That's a line.
まあ、大抵のことはポンコツなんだけどね。水泳は私の数少ない特技だから。
そうだったんだ。
Maybe feminists are right. Men really are arrogant and barbaric creatures, and never even consider her special skills or anything like that. My guy is finally learning. I can't help but laugh at my own idiocy. My plan was flawed from the start.
でも本当に泳ぐ練習しておいてよかった。
A gentle hand stroked my head again. Finally, I noticed the soft thighs beneath me. The smooth feel of her bare skin is throwing me off. I mean, why is Akari only wearing underwear?
あかり、服は？
I already suspect that she already knows. And he himself is also stripped down to his underwear.
その制服濡れちゃったから。
Of course. If you jumped into the sea to save me, you'd be soaked through for sure.
今乾かしてるところで。
I'm not saying it's vulgar or anything like that. It's just that I find myself at a loss for what to look at. For what to look at.
ゆいちゃん。
Oh shit. I think that's the case. There's no way she wouldn't have done that. Why does Akari also seem for a loss for what to do? What to look at?
地球温暖化でも夜に濡れた服のままじゃ冷えちゃうって思ったの。
Okay, here we go.
だから制服。
Oops. I heard that already. Just as I was about to say it, I finally realized. Akari wasn't talking about her clothes. She was talking about something else. I lowered my gaze to my own body.
これって。
I wasn't wearing any clothes. I had pants on at least, but that's it.
そのごめんね。濡れたままだと死んじゃうかもって思って。
Be seen. It was an emergency. There wasn't time to worry about fate or anything like that. That's probably how it should have been. And I think it was the right decision, but
見た。
今も見てる。
he's still looking.
これは
Even if I'm slender for a guy, there's no mistaking it once someone sees me naked. No matter how much I insist on being flat-chested or short-waisted, my body is in the girls.
ゆいちゃんは男の子だった。私の妄想じゃなくて、そうなんだよね。
It sounds like you still can't believe it, but there's no way to wriggle out of this any further. The assassination attempt failed, and my identity was exposed. This could only be considered a clear defeat.
ゆいちゃん。
そうだよ。僕は男なんだ。
Come to think of it, I've been reverting to using first-person pronouns since a while ago. It's kind of late to notice something like that. That's why I keep mentioning about him using boku, because that is seriously that would seriously give make it obvious that he's a dude, or well, if he was using ore, but like boku is also used for not just by dudes but also kids, but like he's not a kid, so in context, yeah.
もう煮るなり焼くなり好きにして。
Full surrender. My heart shattered completely. I let my body go limp. I've already given up on everything and let my fate in Akari's hands. We were both a little uncomfortable looking at each other like that, so for now we decided to get dressed.
まだ生乾きだと思うけど、大丈夫そう？
思ったよりは乾いてる。
It's a good thing he wears something on. He wears a top. What do you call that? There's a specific term for that. Anyway, still facing away from each other, I slipped my arms into the damp, heavy shirt. It was still damp, but not exactly cold. If I wore it for a while, it should dry out pretty quickly.
僕、どのくらい気絶してたの？
もう夜中だから結構経ってるよ。
そっか。やっぱり。
Apparently, Akari took care of me until my clothes were mostly dry.
息はあったけど、本当に大丈夫なのかなってすごく不安だったんだよ。
If Akari was worried about me, maybe I shouldn't have died after all. Because then she wouldn't have grieved for nothing. But
だったら、どうして通報しなかったの？先輩たちに連絡して任せちゃえばよかったのに。それに、僕が男だって脱がした時に分かったんでしょ？
それは、まあ。
You probably felt confused seeing my secret lying right in front of you. My secret. But there were plenty of time to calm down and think things through.
でも、そんなことしたら、ゆいちゃんが捕まっちゃうもん。
What does that mean? Does that mean you'll let it slide? I'm filled with anticipation and anxiety about being disappointed. Torn apart by jumbled mess of emotions, I put on my shirt and threw on a jacket.
覚悟ならできてるから。今からでも遅くはないよ。
そんなこと言われても。
I turned around to be met by eyes filled with confusion and anxiety.
私、本当はどうするべきなのか迷ってる。だから、ちゃんと話してほしい。
Saying that, Akari looked straight at me.
どうして男の人がここにいるの？
It's hard to answer that question in just a word, that's why.
少し長くなるけど、いい？
うん。聞きたい。ゆいちゃんに何があったのかを。
わかった。
Then I took a deep breath and started talking about who I really was.
僕の本当の名前はユイト。高崎ユイトって って言うんだ。
The oldest image in my memory is of a mansion. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about cross channel. Of a mansion where I was adult. Jesus Christ. Okay, the oldest image in my memory is of a ramshackle building, a prefab, the kind you find anywhere in the male world, a standardized daycare. If a woman gives birth to a boy, the government takes him away before his eyes are even open. And every boy is sent to the male world, raised in nurseries like the one I grew up in, scattered across the land. I don't really remember much from kindergarten days, since I was still too young to understand things properly. There were definitely a lot of kids around our age. Even with an incredibly low birth rate, if you gathered them in one place, there'll be quite a few. I was just one of the crowd, receiving basic education alongside other kids, with nothing really setting me apart. My name is Takasaki Yuto. I don't use it often, but apparently when written in kanji, it's Yujin. Wait, Yujin's mythological creature, not creature, god or something. Yujin, god of wind. Japanese. Yujin is more formal than Tomodachi. Okay. Oh, the word friend. Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Ryujin, which is something else. The last name, Takasaki, is the name of the facility where I was raised. My first name was randomly chosen from a list of middle names by mother. It was just a name given for administrative purposes, without any affection or deeper meaning behind it. I don't even know what my parents looked like or their names, since the other kids were the same. I never even questioned it. I could have officially inquired and obtained birth information if I had gone through the proper channels, but back then, I didn't even know that was possible, and I wasn't interested anyway. To be honest, I still don't have much interest in it. Most guys are probably like that. Wait, I'll be right back. I really want to drink some water. Okay. But basically, we male infants were raised mechanically in prefab huts, and once we reached a certain age, we were sent to the military. The 12th Division, where I was assigned, wasn't just some backwater militia. It was a pretty elite unit stationed right on the border with the Gaia forces. I think I started having clear memories around this time. It wasn't a bad life. Apparently, the Shikikan was a really good person, so the 12th Division was known as one of the more refined units compared to the others. The adult soldiers I worked with were mostly kind people too. Man, he was so lucky if that's the case, but it's not always, Looking back now, I think it was because I was still a kid, and my androgynous, well-defined face played a role. I guess I was treated like the mascot of the unit, and my brothers stood to me like family. I think I was pretty happy. The old trench must have been a warm home for me. But I couldn't stay there forever. One day, a war began. It seemed it started with poaching wild animals in Gaia-controlled territories. Real meat and fur fetch a high price on the black market, so poachers have always been willing to take risks. But at that time, there was a surge in demand for the female side of things, and with robot activities being sluggish, they went too far. Oh, okay. Having decided on punishment for humanity, Gaia mobilized a massive army and launched an attack on our sector. The 12th Division was pretty elite, but that battle, The numbers were just too overwhelming. All we could do was stall for time, and as we retreated little by little, we suffered heavy casualties and crippled our unit. And as a result of retreating again and again, before we knew it, we ended up in the women's district. I helped the people who lived on the frontier, women they'd never seen before, to evacuate. We sacrificed our friends, our adopted siblings, ourselves to buy those women time to escape. That's what was supposed to happen. The women had all escaped and fulfilled their assigned tasks, or so it should have been. In their place came not reinforcements, but a unit dispatched to eliminate us. We were trailed by people who we thought were allies. Before we knew it, the 12th Division, fighting desperately, had become a rebel army. Apparently, several violations of women's rights occurred while we were providing supplies and guiding people to safety in the women-only zone, but none of us knew about it or understood what was going on. With no ammunition and no idea why we were even fighting, our unit was wiped out in a flash. The senpai who patted my head and doted on me, the sergeant who secretly gave me precious sweets, and my brother who drilled survival tactics into me so he could stay alive. Everyone's dead. And I was the only one who escaped. I regretted being the only one to survive. It would have been easier, and my heart would have been fulfilled if we had fought together and died. But I'm a coward, so dying was still scary, and I couldn't waste the life my brothers gave me. I wandered desperately through the mountains, running and running, eating acorn, drinking muddy water, walking, running. And then I was just too exhausted to go on. Then I was found by a kind woman when I was on the verge of dying from exhaustion and starvation.
それが八重香のお母さんでね、僕の母さんにもなってくれたんだ。母さんはすごいんだよ。なんかいろいろごまかして出生届が間違ってたってことにして、実は八重香に双子がいたってことで僕の戸籍まで作っちゃった。
ゆいちゃんと八重香ちゃん、本当の姉妹じゃなかったんだ。
うん。過疎で高齢化でろくに住民の管理もされてない辺境だからできたことだろうね。母さん、あの地区の役場と学校を全部一人でやってるみたいな人だから。
Oh, that explains a lot. These days, a backwater like this is practically only inhabited by old folks. Even without being attacked by Gaia's robots, humanity is on the verge of losing to nature and wildlife.
それで、僕は女の子として育てられてきて、本当は男だから体力測定のデータが良すぎたのかな。義務教育が終わったら保安隊に招集されることになって今に至るってわけ。
With the ongoing demographic crisis, there's no industry that isn't short-staffed. The security force is chronically understaffed too, so if necessary, they'll probably have to restrict freedom of career choice.
仲間を皆殺しにした組織に入るとか、皮肉なもんだよね。
ゆいちゃん。
Akari stared at me with tearful eyes after I finished my story.
ね、反乱軍を討伐したのって私のお母さんなの。
I mean, they literally saw each other face to face. Oh man.
うん、知ってる。あの人に直接銃を向けられたもん。
She doesn't remember anything at all, so I was really relieved. Well, she looks different now anyway. More than anything, that person probably thinks of guys as nothing but bugs and isn't interested in them at all.
可愛がってくれた兄貴たち、 最初の家族はみんなあの時あの人に殺されちゃった。
I didn't need to say it, and I knew it would hurt Akari, but I said the truth again.
みんなあかりのお母さんが殺したんだ。
Alright, he repeated it for effect. Jesus. You had to go to... I mean, it was okay to say it once. You had to say it the second time. I can't forget my hatred. Not even as a way to honor the dead. Okay, okay, fine. He's angry. Okay, I get it. If you're, you know, you can't forget that shit.
私ゆいちゃんの敵だったんだね。
あかりのお母さんがだよ。
似たようなものだよね。ゆいちゃん。
Akari had been looking down, raises her head as if she made up her mind.
敵討ちしてもいいよ。
急に何を言い出すの。
ゆいちゃんにはその権利があるって思うから、これ使って。
Saying that, she pulls out a pistol for self-defense.
本当に撃たれるなんて思ってないくせに。
そんなことないとは。でもゆいちゃんが本当に恨みを晴らしたいなら責任取るよ。
別にあかりにそこまでする義理はないでしょ。
義理とかじゃなくて、うまく言えないけど。
I don't really understand how you feel about that. She holds a grudge against the savage man right in front of her. If you knew that fact, wouldn't it be better to just shoot me with that pistol?
どのみち僕にはできないから犠牲になろうなんて思わなくていいよ。本当は今日あかりを殺すつもりだったんだ。お風呂場で見られちゃったし、妄想なんかじゃないって、いずれは真相にたどり着くだろうし。
それで様子が変だったんだ。
チャンスなんていくらでもあった。好きだらけだったもん。でも私にはあかりを殺せなかった。親と子供は違うなんて言ったってやっぱり恨んでるのに、それでもできそうにないんだ。
どうして？
それは言えない。
There's no way I could say it. Forcing those words on someone is just too selfish. It'll definitely be considered sexual harassment, and logically speaking, it's not something that should be allowed.
ごめんね、あかり。
なんでゆいちゃんが謝るの？
だってずっとそばにいたのが男だったなんて気持ち悪いでしょ。
そんなことは。
何回も着替えとか見ちゃったよ。女の子同士だって思ってベタベタくっついてたの。実はこっそり興奮して喜んでる痴漢男だったんだよ。
Her face flushed red in an instant. Startled by my reaction, you took a step back from me.
あかりは私と仲良くしてくれた。友達になってくれた。私のことが好きって言ってくれた。私はずっとあかりのこと騙してたんだよ。
女の子同士じゃなかった。
恥ずかしいよね。許せないよね。そういうの全部分かってやってたんだ。ほんと 男って卑劣だよね。フェミニストの人たちが言ってる通りだ。
Man, I guess he really went all. He's totally fine with like. Yeah, he's really trying to dig his own hole here. I could only laugh at my self-depreciation, and then I understood it clearly. I shouldn't even be in this world.
でもゆいちゃんは
A greedy, despicable brute, and a feminist princess. Maybe this was Beauty and the Beast all this time. From the start, we were never meant to be together. Even having feelings for each other shouldn't have been allowed.
本当に私気持ち悪いね。痴漢と同じ部屋で暮らしてたとか最悪だよね。
You know what? I'm starting to understand why Akari is the perfect person to understand Yui. Because she's also a master of self-depreciation, so she understands his playbook right now.
ゆいちゃん
Suddenly, Akari starts fidgeting nervously. Then she peers up at me with a worried look.
どうして泣いてるの？
あれ
Ah. I see. So, am I crying? Why am I crying? What could be so sad? Thinking about it made me realize something.
だって私
This is so sad. It feels like my chest is being squeezed and it hurts.
ねえあかりは
何？
あかりは僕のこと嫌いになったよね。幻滅したよね。もう好きなんかじゃないよね。二度と今までみたいにはなれないよね。
I don't want Akari to hate me.
ゆいちゃん
ごめんね。僕のこと殴っても殺しても何したっていい。だからお願い。分かってるけど許されるはずがないって分かってるけど。
I wiped away the unstoppable tears and stood there motionless. At least, I wanted to end as a beautiful memory. A weed together that selfish wish, one that could never come true, with words tangled in confusion.
ゆいちゃん私は
Akari's getting closer. Is she planning to slap me? She slowly raises her hand and then... Holy shit. This is Kino. Something warm is being pressed against my lips. By the way, the writer of this VN, if in case you guys didn't know, was the guy who also wrote 9 and Mashiro Symphony. I can see it now. It's coming back. It's making all sense to me now. This soft, moist feeling. Is it Akari's lips? Bro. Our bro made it. Our bro made it. 100%, 100 speech level. He did it, guys. My LLM? What are you doing? She chased after me as if she wouldn't let me escape, pressing herself against me in a moment of confusion when I tried to get away. Her lips were forced apart. My lips was forced apart, and a damp air flowed in. Akari's warm breath only made my head spin more. Akari's tongue slipped into my mouth, hesitated for a moment as it touched mine, then wrapped around me with a squelching sound. Our guy did it, man. He got away, and he gets himself a state mandatory wife. My mind went blank, completely blank. I never imagined a kiss could be so erotic that it makes my heart race like this. I guess I didn't really understand anything until I tried it myself. That's what I was vaguely thinking about. For a while, I was lost in it. Like I was floating on a fever, continuing to tangle my tongue with Akari. By the way, side view Akari looks so different. It's you know, there's something about like their front view versus their side view. They look so different. Just as I was starting to feel short of breath, our lips slowly parted.
Kiss しちゃった。なんで確かめたかったからかな。
Akari was smiling right in front of me, looking shy but also genuinely happy.
私キスしても全然嫌じゃない。むしろすっごくドキドキしちゃってる。
Wait, I thought you didn't mind.
男の人とキスして興奮しちゃってるなんてフェミニスト失格だね。あかり。
For a feminist princess, those words must be heavier than I can even imagine.
ねえゆいちゃん、さっき私の着替え見ちゃったりくっつかれたりした時興奮してたって言ったよね。うん、ごめん。
If a girl was subjected to something like that by a hentai, she'd definitely be terrified and feel utterly disgusted. But still.
恥ずかしいのは恥ずかしいけどちょっとだけ結構すごく嬉しいって思っちゃった。
Sorry, I had to plug my phone.
だってちゃんと私に興味持ってくれてたってことでしょ。それはそうだけどもしかしたら私の頭がおかしいからそんな風に感じるのかもって思ったけど。
違うよ。あかりは僕に騙されてただけで何もおかしくなんて。
Akari's index finger pressed against my lips as I tried to protest. I obediently closed my mouth at her gesture, telling me to listen until the
い
end.
くら頭のおかしい私でも嫌いな人とキスしたらさすがに嫌な気持ちになると思うの。
I think this is a good thumbnail for tonight. I don't know,
で
man.
も全然嫌じゃなかった。嬉しかった。
Akari's smile, the glimmer of hope, is burning through my mind.
男なんだよ。本当に。
Even so, will Akari still tell me that she doesn't hate me? Could something like that really happen? Worrying about me after I started crying, telling a lie she didn't even mean.
私ね、お風呂でゆいちゃんの裸を見ちゃってからずっと思ってたことがあるんだ。
何？
もしもこの妄想が本当だったら抱かれてみたいなって。男の人同士の BL じゃなくて女の子として男のゆいちゃんとその
Man, I kind of wish this soul shit for well, I don't know. I already mentioned Shimoneta, but like the one I was gunning for, Shimoneta, wasn't the main heroine, so too bad too bad that's never gonna get a season 2. Oh well.
待ってあかり。
I quickly got Akari off before she could say something outrageous.
だからね、ゆいちゃんが痴漢なら私だってきっと知女だからおちち見ちゃったし、すっごく興味あるし、しかもさっき気絶してる間にね、ちょっと触ってみちゃったし。
Damn! Damn, man!
何しちゃってるの？ごめんなさい。
Something's not right. Just a moment ago, I felt like it was the end of the world.
もう本当にあかりは
ごめんね。
Seriously, Akari always ruins any chance of being serious.
女の子同士じゃなくても私はゆいちゃんが好き。
My heart leaped at that unexpected word.
本当に。
だって好きになったのがたまたま男の子だっただけだもん。私がゆいちゃんを好きになったのは女の子だったからじゃない。あなただったから。
Man. I'm not gonna make it. My heart's pounding so loud. It hurts. My chest feels tight and hot, and my vision's blurring with tears.
でもそんな気持ちは社会的に許されない。
関係ないよ。許してもらえなくてもいい。
Who said girls are delicate creatures? Akari was someone who, unlike me, was timid and constantly fretting, was so much more.
大丈夫だよ。ゆいちゃんはきっと私が守るから。
好きになってもいいの？
それ私のセリフ。みんなの敵の娘だよ。
それでも好きになっちゃったから。
By the way, obviously, Yui's VA is obviously a woman, and I'm seeing the limits. But you know what? It's fine. Hold up! Yeah, I can imagine. It's very rare to hear like a dude be able to voice a very young dude's voice. Yeah. Anyway.
私もだから
Yeah. Our lips met again naturally. I let Akari kiss me without resisting. I was completely step away already.
ゆいちゃんこれからもパートナーでいてね
It's probably a reckless attempt, but still. I couldn't help but wish I could live by Akari's side and make this love a reality. Before long, I started to feel a little short of breath. And though I was reluctant to let go, our lips parted naturally. Our faces still flushed, Akari and I stared at each other from close range. I was embarrassed and flustered, but I also felt like I had something to say. I had to say something, so I was panicking too.
恋人になれたってことでいいのかな？
いいと思う
We awkwardly confronted to each other like that.
っていうか、これで恋人じゃないなら困っちゃうよね。
だよね伝説の桜の木とかそういうのどこにあるのかわからないもん
Bro, I just got out of Sakura no Otome, man. Bro. It all comes to this, man. About family and Sakura. No, I'm forcing that shit. We only know about love between man and women in stories. I don't know what kind of ritual we need to go through to be considered a couple, or if it's okay to just feel like friends who've taken things further like same-sex couples do. I'm getting so confused.
恋人って何をするものなんだろう。
そうわかんないけど
You're staring at me intently for someone who just said that.
実は何かあるの？やってみたいこととか。
その恋人じゃないとしちゃいけないことみたいなそういうのも恋人同士がすることかなって
Oh shit, it's 12:41. Don't tell me I'm gonna fall asleep at 3 a.m. again. I had to make a cutoff after all the whole excursion, I guess. So maybe 3 hours. I don't know.
しちゃいけないことって？
I asked with a certain sense of foreboding, and a faint glimmer of hope, and then...
とりあえずお乳が見たいです
Damn, man. Her direct request left me completely dumbfounded.
いいよねゆいちゃんおちんちゃんと見せて触ってもいい？
待ってムードとかデリカシーとか大切にしよ
でも気になるよちょうど今なら二人っきりだしいいでしょ？ね
This kid's got a serious crush on GG. Just how much is she into penises?
もしかしていや
Don't go getting all out of the world on me like that.
う。わかったから。
本当？やったーゆいちゃん大好き
I might have rushed things a bit, but I started taking off my clothes again. And so, Akari and I became a couple. In an era like this, for a girl and a guy to become lovers, it's a miracle that shouldn't have been possible. At first, I didn't really feel anything, just floating around. But as we lay naked together and kissed over and over, it started to feel more natural. So, this is what happiness feels like. I only realized it now. Boundaries.
ご苦労諸君。進捗はどうなっている？
Oh, is this the purification committee again?
は予定よりは遅れていますが、最低限のノルマはどうにかといったところですね。
どうにもこうにも部品が足りてないですよ。ニコイチするしかないですけど、やりすぎちゃうと数が足りなくなっちゃうし。
そういうだろうと思って追加の資材を持ってきたぞ。取れたて新鮮のスクラップだ。運び込め。
搬入中。大きな荷物が通ります。
やっと届いたんですか。予定よりだいぶ遅れましたね。
まったくクソオスどもはやはり役に立たん。わざわざ奴らが欲しがるエロ写真を大量にくれてやったというのに。
画像生成 AI で作った偽物ですけどね。アホースども、本物の女の子の裸って思ってしこってるのかな。ウケる。
I'm pretty sure some dudes are already doing that right now.
やっぱ男ってキモすぎだし。開けますよっと。
どうだ、使えそうか。
まあなんとか。わ、このロボットとか錆びまくりじゃん。こんなの詰めてくんなよな。
やれやれ。最近は大きな戦闘が起きていないとはいえ、
バラせばそこそこのパーツにはなりますし、ギリギリ許容範囲ですかね。クレームつけてノルマ増やすくらいはしても良さそうっすけど。
ねえねえ、スクラップなんかよりおまけは？むしろそっちのが重要でしょ。
仕事の話が先だ。真面目にやれ。だがまあ気持ちはよくわかる。
あったあった。これはミンクだな。
Oh wait, that's one of the Gaia robots.
質は良さそうだな。最近は夏でも急に冷えたりするからな。毛皮は高く売れるんでありがたい。
いっぱいあるじゃん。大儲けやったー。
So the feminists, the purification committee have been receiving items from the male side, of course, because Yui did say that's how that they've been doing some trades anyway like that.
私も毛皮のマフラー欲しいんだよな。一本拝借するか。
隊長手芸とかするんすか？業者に加工してもらってからの方がいいっすよ絶対。
クマとかないかな。絨毯に使いたいんだよね。
趣味悪いな。なんだよ、肉はなしかよ。キモオスドも使えねえな。
肉は冷凍コンテナじゃないと無理だろ。
とりあえずは毛皮で大儲けだし、お高い天然肉でも買っちゃえばよしでしょう。
それもそうか。隊長、オスどもに伝えといてください。
ああ、需要はいくらでもあるからな。報酬のエロ画像の生成は頼んだぞ。
了解。密漁者ども、いっぱいしこって元気に頑張れ。
大事に野生動物育ててくれてガイア様々だな。
Bro, they were so willing to even import some fucking Gaia robots, man. Holy fuck. These guys just don't care anymore. The day after returning from the reconnaissance mission in the old city center. After finishing morning lectures and lunch, I was on my way to practical training.
今日は体育館だっけ？何やるんだろうね。
Wait, you know what? I just realized it's 1 o'clock and then realized I'm close to repeating what I did yesterday. I'm just gonna call it in here. I really don't want to, but like, I need to get some sleep. I'm watching Midsummer in the morning. God damn it, man! I really wanted to keep reading. I'm so tempted to not even read anything else, but I really just want to continue reading this, man, tomorrow. Story really got me. I'm also gonna be cutting some scenes, so I want to do it tonight, so I don't have to worry about tomorrow. And I got it uploaded. All right, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao. Oh, which ending song should I choose today? I guess I'll go for Kazuku K because it's been a while. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Ciao.
「